in a lady high, we have, if you know, all high schools in Soweto compete. We have Morris Isaacson, Orlando High. So every high school is so in ended to men high. Not to be in So I was thrilled to hear that in a lady they've written a book about the story, Silas Scholar. And in that school, when I was born in Soweto. I grew up in Guatemala. I attempted boarding school, I was expelled. Coming back to Soweto, my desk mate was Court of Settlement. When he first met me, he asked me, "Kitlaring Gwenya Kimam." I get a lady, salutation, Kingway. So, put to him, Kitlaring Gwenya Kimam, it's my destiny, Kingway. I'm not being funny, I'm just asking, Gwenya Kimam. He didn't realize that my surname is Ngwenya. And then he said, So in this school, Sana Lady High, there's a lady, Eunice Raphael. She was a pioneer in putting down a story of Naledi High. And I wanted to come here and then introduce the lady who will do a poem, who is her mentee.
Thank you, Upa. Just before I introduce Anja, I just want to give a little background about the story behind writing the book. My name is Eunice, as Upa said. I owned and started the company, Book Tourism, which is an independent publishing house. An independent in the sense that I'm not your average publisher who has tons of money. I'm an ordinary citizen of Soweto who was driven by the need to write her own story. And because I didn't have money, I had to do it myself. Because the other companies, the conventional publishers, would tell me my story is not good enough. So I needed to do it myself. And how it began, but in terms of running this business, I did well. But these stories were intermingled. And I said, but I want to write this story so that, 100 years later, people will know that Unonali Meyunisi, Asham Lizani, Aya Santini, Abula Restaurant, Aya Fowaisi, Abula Restaurant. But who will know that? Then the idea of writing a book came about. And to do that, because this, as I said, was mingled with a personal story, I needed somebody who will see sanity in what I was saying. Not somebody who will see the disaster of my personal life. I wanted somebody who will see the totality of what I was about. So I went to Mewaka, my late mother, and I went to my elder sister, Mungi. They were together. And I thought, like everybody else who thought I'm crazy to think that, not just an ordinary person, I would write a book. I thought, so my mother was sitting down, we were at the ground, and something. I kept the business in spite of that, I want to capture the beauty of my story. So there was complete silence. And my sister stood up and started dancing around. And Osman said, "Hela me, rena le modi. Arhela, re sono lo fadi rena le modi. Hey, me rena le modi." She danced around, and all the bitterness of the sad part of my story just went down. And immediately I was affirmed. And Osman Jabari, how can we help you? What happens? And I explained to Osman, write a deal, I'm going to be indoors for 6 months. I I'll be writing, I won't be working, and so what else can I do? Because now it's even to publish. Okay, Eunice, every morning I'll come and bring breakfast. And she did that for 6 months. And from that idea, the book was there. The book was there. I was thinking, okay, so what are we doing? Product overseas. Buka ena ki batla ibe ko DET, ibe ko di library. Other people, when I say that, they think, cuckoo. But also, so what's your business plan? And we talked about that. As I'm speaking, the book is in the library catalog, the Department of Education. As I speak to you, the book is registered through the tourism industry in all the European countries. Department of Education. So, I'm a publisher as well. So, but untold stories. Stories of unintelligent people like myself, but who have powerful stories. And then Kamola, quite a lot of books. Since then, it was Stories 2009. Since then, I have published 22 titles. 14 of these titles are independent authors, because the author are 1 or 2. And out of the 22, 14 of those titles, the Department of Education. Out of the 22 titles, 2 of my titles, the authors, Badula Soweto, one of them, it's a Xhosa book. Cynthia is from Dobsonville, Soweto. She won an award, South African Language Board. It was her first book. Cynthia was just a tea girl who was banking. I identify her Cynthia Kimungudi. And then Cynthia, a publisher, the first author, the second author, she got an award. The interview, then I had one lady just called me from Molitsane, Arwata Ngola, Rangola Buka, Liana, to cut a long story short, Atola Awadi Hayanaki, United Nations SDG chapter book club, African languages. So, Renali, Bamodi, Baba Bedi, Basowetu, ordinary citizens, Bamodi the award, Batoti the awards. So, reading this today, I have graduated now, but the stories are not palatable, because we are at the end of a road. So with this one, I published a book, storytelling, appealing to the youth. Stories are June 16, sibe palatable to the youth. So you're not getting Motsuki Sandile, Memela, but he published to Kimna, and Rienze a portrait. But in the story, so say June 76. Angela is going to do a reading. His story says, when you talk to your grandchild, when you talk to any child, they will listen to you. So Angela will come over and just do a quick review.
16 Legacy by Sandile Memela, page 22. Look how pretty you are, Mshana. You are a beautiful African princess. Malume loves you and always will. But I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of going to funerals. It should be enough that in the week, I visited the family to offer our sympathies, donated our collection, prayed and spoke at the night vigil. Now, it is time for my children too, to tell them our stories, to fire up their imagination, and that is why I am here. Sorry I missed your mother, but she will understand. He stood up, slightly staggering and stumbling towards the wall, to remove the picture that he had painted and had given to Mama for her special birthday. It was an interpretation of the infamous picture taken by photographer Sam Zima of 16 June 1976. Look at this work. A piece of me died with the dying of that young boy, Hector Peterson, in 1976 in Soweto.
Thanks, Angela. Thanks, Eunice. What Eunice is telling us is that every one of us here is a writer. So Ali Dutsimo, you're all writers. If you have an opportunity to write, there will be as many books as the people who are sitting here. Number two, I think what Eunice is telling us, Kure, a spoken word does not have as much life as a written word. And as black people, we have relied too much on oral transmission of knowledge. The power